The Messenger of Allah PBUH went on reciting the chapter while Utbah, sitting and listening attentively with his hand behind his back to support him. When the messenger reached the verse that required prostration, he immediately prostrated himself. After that, he turned to Utbah saying, "Well, Abu al-Walid, you have heard my reply, you are now free to do whatever you please." Utbah then retired to his company to apprise them of the Prophet's attitude. When his compatriots saw him, they swore that he had returned to them with a countenance unlike the one he had before meeting the Prophet, PBUH. He immediately communicated to them the details of the talk he gave and the reply he received, and appended saying, "I have never heard words similar to those ones he recited. They definitely relate neither to poetry nor to witchcraft, nor do they derive from soothsaying. O people of Quraysh, I request you to heed my advice and grant the man full freedom to pursue his goals, in which case you could safely detach yourselves from him. I swear that his words bear a supreme message. Should the other Arabs rid you of him, they will then spare you the trouble. On the other hand, if he exceeds to power over the Arabs, then you will bask in his kingship and share him his might." These words of course fell on deaf ears, and did not appeal to the infidels, who jeered at Utbah and claimed that the Prophet, PBUH, had bewitched him. Ibn Hisham 1-293-294. In another version of the same event, it is related that Utbah went on attentively listening to the Prophet, PBUH, until the latter began to recite Allah's words, but if they turn away, they say, "O Muhammad, PBUH, I have warned you of a Sika, a destructive awful cry, torment, hit, a thunderbolt, like the Sika which overtook Ad and Thamud people." Al-Quran 41:13. Here Utbah stood up, panicked and stunned, putting his hand on the Prophet's mouth, beseeching him, "I beg you in the name of Allah and uterine ties to stop lest the calamity should befall the people of Quraysh." He then hurriedly returned to his compatriots and informed them of what he had heard. Tafsir Ibn Kathir 6:159-161. Abu Talib assembles Bani Hashim and Bani al-Muttalib. The new and welcome changes notwithstanding, Abu Talib still had a deep sensation of fear over his nephew. He deliberated on the previous series of incidents, including the barter affair of Amara bin al-Walid, Abu Jahl's rock, Uqba's attempt to choke the Prophet, PBUH, and finally Umar's, before conversion, intention to kill Muhammad, PBUH. The wise man understood that all of these unequivocally smacked of a serious plot being hatched to disregard his status as a custodian of the Prophet, PBUH, and kill the latter publicly.